The Fitch Falcons had a bye week last week. They will open up their tournament play as they take on Twinsburg from Falcon Stadium. And joining me to talk about the game on Friday night, the head football coach of the Austintown Fitch Falcons, T.J. Parker. Coach Parker, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing well, Ron. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Not as good as you. I mean, you're the number 2 seed in Division II, Region 5, and if Hoban's not in this region, the region goes through Fitch. I mean, that's not bad for a first-year head coach, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely in a good position, but our road is by no means easy, and we got to take it week by week. And we like a shot at those guys down the road, so we're excited about that opportunity.
Let me ask you: would you have rather played football last week, or did you need the bye to have the bumps and bruises heal?
Well, I can give you some insight on us. Looking back now, I would have rather played. We definitely needed the week to heal. We had some guys banged up going into the Steubenville game, and then the Steubenville game was a very physical game. So we had some guys banged up coming out. We thought we were going to use the bye week to get healthy, and then we ended up during the bye week getting 2 more starters hurt. So to say we're banged up going into this game is an understatement, but our kids are resilient. We'll find a way to win somehow, some way, and it's a next man up mentality. So if you're asking me, I guess in hindsight, I would have rather played. But at any point, if this is the format moving forward for the season our kids put together, they deserve a week off, a week to get healthy, and that first round bye, and I'll take that year in and year out.
How did you guys work the bye week? Because, some folks would have sat back and said, you know what, we're going to lighten the load a little bit. You're not playing anyone. We'll just do some walkthroughs. Other coaches are going to be, you know what, this is normal. This is just normal practice, but we don't have an opponent Friday or Saturday night. Just go at it and just pretend like we're going to have an opponent, and it's hard practice as usual. What did you guys do in this particular bye week?
Yeah, I think that's where, having a good staff who can make those adjustments really comes into play, and our guys did a great job of that. We usually give the kids off on Saturday and then bring them back in on Sunday. After the Steubenville game, we gave them the weekend off, and then we tried to keep it as normal as possible. We shortened practice a lot. We only went for an hour and 45 minutes those days. During the week. And then on Friday, we suited up full pads, and we went not live to the ground, but we banged a little bit on Friday to kind of simulate those playing a week of a game and game situations and game banging a little bit. But those were controlled periods for 20 minutes of the whole practice. Then after that, just our booster club has been so good to us throughout the years, but cool experience for the kids. We went right from doing that. Our senior families came in. We had a final lap with our seniors. We went into the locker room. We had a catered dinner with just our whole team. And then right from there, our booster club, our touchdown club, rented out the new movie theater in Austintown with the leather reclined seats, and we took the whole team in there, and they streamed the Brush Twinsburg game, and we sat there all night and watched that as a team. It was a pretty cool experience for the kids. So when you talk about a bye week and what we did, we went down to our youth program. We put on the pads. We wore our uppers, our shoulder pads, our game jerseys, our helmet. We went down to our youth program, and we pretended like we were scrimmaging them, and to see the kids and to have that flexibility during a bye week where everything's not so game-focused, opponent-focused. You get to do nice things like that and kind of remind you of why you're really here and what building this program is all about.
Coach, you saw Twinsburg knock off Brush 42-14. What was the atmosphere like watching your kids watch this team, knowing that, okay, it's pretty obvious we're going to be playing Twinsburg? Did everyone start watching intently on Twinsburg once the score got out of hand?
Yeah, when going in, Brush Brush was the higher seed, and Brush was welcoming back their quarterback, who is a relative. Cecil Shorts, the wide receiver from Mountain Union, who also played in the pros. He's on staff there. I think it's his nephew or something. He was out for a while. Pretty good quarterback. He came back for that game. And then they have some athletes over there. Their tight ends like 6'5", 250, and they got some guys who can run. So I think initially our guys thought, hey, we're going to be seeing Brush. Let's watch this. And then all of a sudden, Twinsburg started making some plays, and they were big plays. They had some catches of catch and runs of 40-plus. And, you know, it was good for our team because they got to see what they were capable of doing. So you're right. It happened quick, but as Twinsburg started taking control of the game, our guys started to hone in on, all right, what do they do well? What do they have? Where could we take advantage of them? And then, you know, kids, they talk and they want to talk to their coaches about, hey, we could do this, we could do that. And that was fun. But, yeah, we've sized them up pretty good, and we feel pretty confident in our game plan moving forward that we'll put our kids in the position to succeed, and they got to make the plays.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to watch kids basically having a film room, even though they're watching the game live, and you're not going back and replaying the same play 15 times to try to catch a pattern or an intricacy that the team is doing. I got to imagine that these kids were, they're probably looking at this and real intently looking at this, and as a coach, you have to be pretty pleased with, the kids are having so much interest in this game as a glorified film room.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think the sale of popcorn and pop and the candy that the movie theater sold to them helped a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, our kids, we've said it from the start, all off season and then coming in, we are a hungry bunch. And at times, we know what we're capable of, but these opportunities don't come by too often, and we've definitely explained them our history. And I think we've talked, like, this is the fifth. If we were to win this game, I think in our history, this is the fifth home game we've ever hosted in the playoffs. We haven't won a playoff game in over 2,100 and some days. So it's not like these opportunities, even though it's a different format, come that often. So the more our kids start realizing, it's a new format, but it's officially the Ohio High School Football Playoffs, and it's do or die, you can start seeing their antennas going up a little bit more as the games go on. And it was cool. I told him a story, and you'll probably remember him. A kid that I played against in high school. Twinsburg has a receiver. His name is Alex Branch. He's going to Kent State. And just the other day, I got a call from one of the Kent State secondary coaches who was recruiting some of our guys now. And it happened to be Justin Hood, Cheney's former quarterback. He ended up playing at Ashland, and he's out coaching at Kent State now. And it was cool to see, like, Alex Branch already committed to them, and now he's asking about some of our guys. And now our guys who don't have any offers are excited to kind of go up against this kid and see how they match up against a Kent recruit, or a Kent commit, actually, who they're also being recruited by now also. So it's all those factored in. The kids are excited, and we're just ready to go. And with that long break, excited to get back to playing some Friday night football.
The head football coach of the Austintown Fitch Falcons, T.J. Parker, joining me on the MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning hotline. And, Coach, when I had you on early in the season, you were trying to pound the just the basics and trying to get culture into the program at Austintown Fitch, and your saying has caught fire, not just in the Austintown Township. Your saying has caught fire everywhere throughout the Mahoning Valley. It seems like anytime the Austintown Fitch is playing, we're throwing up "Feed the Nest." We got to throw it out there.
Yeah, that's something I felt strongly about. We wanted to build a brand and something we can be behind, and that's just a tribute to bringing Fitch football back and our kids' response to that and upholding, the responsibility that, we kind of bestowed on them. And then our community response has been awesome. And there's definitely life here. I mean, it's just awesome to see. I wish it was a regular season so we can pack this place, but our fans have been so awesome to us, and it's exactly what we envisioned in a different way. So now we just got to continue to do what we do and keep giving them what they want to see.
How difficult is it? And I know Falcon Stadium in particular really rocks when you've got 10,000 people in that facility. How difficult is it, and has it been this year, playing at home, knowing that you're not going to get any more than 1,500 people? The stands are going to be nowhere near filled. The atmosphere is going to be nowhere near what the atmosphere normally is on a regular season game. How difficult has that been in terms of the mental preparation of football and specifically having no home field advantage per se?
Yeah, you know what? Once the Friday night lights are on and that ball's kicked off, outside of the crowd noise and their response to it, and you talked about the home field advantage, you notice it a little bit then. But in general, it's playing football, and it feels like a freshman game or a big middle school game that these kids are used to. But honestly, for us, the hard part has been the balance throughout the week. You talk about, mental preparation for it. You have parents, friends, relatives, grandparents. You start winning games, and now you have family members who want to drive in from Cleveland, and they want to see their nephew who they haven't seen play in a while. And you got to tell them, hey, we got to do this to get tickets for them and this. And then it just becomes this juggling act of more and more people want to give and want to be involved. And we just can't provide them the tickets because there's no room. So mentally, that to turn people away and tell them they can't be a part of it when, like you talked about, everything we were building was building a community and getting everyone involved. And not being able to do that, I think that's been more of the hard part for myself and our program, really.
I got to believe there's a lot of people in Austintown that are going to ysnlive.com and watching the Falcons play, and we thank them very much for that. But it's not the same as being at Falcon Stadium, obviously, but to watch a game on, a video of the game, even if you're not there, that's probably the best thing for the fans, and we thank Falcon Nation for doing that. And I got to believe those that are not fortunate enough to get tickets to the game Friday night at Falcon Stadium, they're going to be watching the game in droves for sure.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And, what YSN has done for us with the relationship they've built with our TV production, when you compare ours to most of the other YSN broadcasts, it's a really, really nice broadcast. So I know our families and people that have reached out to me, they don't mind spending the $9.99 to get it. And it's nice. My family throws a watch party every Friday because I got little kids that my wife really doesn't want to bring to the game. And every Friday they're all getting together, watching it. Our local restaurants are buying it every time to throw watch parties for them. It's been pretty cool, and YSN has provided us that, and we're so thankful because that's our last resort to keep them involved and keep them going, and to actually have that edge of your seat game type feel from home. That right after the game ends, myself, our staff gets texts from people who are watching that really care about Falcon football. It's special, and I can't be more thankful for that.
Coach, before we let you go, obviously the OHSAA has had some problems with COVID. 11 cancellations in round number one. We haven't even played a game this weekend, and there are 4 cancellations that are already on the books. one in Division 2, two in Division 3, one in Division 4. And the rule is simple. If you get a COVID outbreak and you're unable to play, you're out of the tournament. Having said all of that, what is the message and what is the protocol for the Fitch Falcons to make sure that you guys are doing whatever means necessary to keep this team healthy and COVID-free?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a right answer to this. We're doing everything we can as a team to make sure we're going through the right procedures. To kind of do our responsibility, but I think it's not out there. And when we're around them 2-3 hours a day of a 24-hour day, it's definitely a scary situation. So like we've told the kids, we're going to do what we do. We're going to move forward. We're not going to take anything for granted. Take it game by game, because you never know whether we win or not when it could be your last. And you got to cherish it. So we've tried to do the best job we could by hammering home, wearing masks, making sure we're washing our hands. And that's all we really can do, and that's all other teams really can do. I feel for all the other teams that, have got bit by the bug, and whether it's over a simple someone had to get tested and they didn't show any symptoms, or someone was really sick. It's been tough. Our youth team just got a message their playoffs were canceled because our youth team had a COVID outbreak. Someone in their league did. So it's so unfortunate, and I wish I had the answers how to get out of this or how to move forward from it. I don't, but we just got to cherish every moment together and make sure we're doing our part in keeping this thing as subdued as possible.
Hey, good luck on Friday night. You guys are going to be taking on Twinsburg, and I'm sure you know who you have next if things fall into place. A nice little rematch with Harding, but we won't put the cart before the horse. You guys take care of business against Twinsburg and get into the quarterfinals.
All right. Thank you, Ron.
You got it. You got it, sir. TJ Parker, he is the head football coach of the Austintown Fitch Falcons.